welcome everyone to another video on the FPL Uncle and Neff channel. FPL Uncle right here, and I'm going to talk you through everything that went on in game week 1 and what I feel you need to do going forward. There's only one place to start, and that is with this man right here, Erling Haaland. What an absolute beast. This guy is gonna get goals. He's gonna score. He should be in everybody's team. He scored 13 points in game week 1. 2 goals. He won the penalty, scored the penalty, and a fantastic ball by De Bruyne. His through on goal opens his body up on his left foot. Thierry Henry busted in 13 points. He comes at 11.5 million. Now he is a premium striker, but he's worth every bit of that 11.5 million, and we'll go into later other players who are worth 11.5 million and they won't get the returns that Erling Haaland will. He is owned by a lot of people, 50.2 people. Now you might think, well, I want some differentials, but the thing is, this guy is gonna score goals, and if you don't have him in your team, you're going to be left behind. Now look at his next fixtures. He's got some good fixtures. He's got Bournemouth at home, Newcastle away, Crystal Palace at home, Nottingham Forest at home. All these games, it could be Liverpool in there, it could be Chelsea in there, and still I'd tell you to put him in your team. So go out and get him right now. The next person to look at is Zinchenko. Unbelievable. Okay, so when he first went, I thought he's not gonna start. He's maybe gonna come off the bench or take a few games to get into his stride. But no, he started straight away, and he got an amazing 12 points. Brilliant. He's going to be playing that left back position for Arsenal, and it's definitely worth the 5 million price point. He is owned by 20.2 people, so again, it's not a differential. There's a lot of people that own him, but again, if you don't have him, you're left behind, and this is one of the reasons why you have to have him in your team. Look at the fixtures. These fixtures are all games that he could keep a clean sheet in. If he keeps a clean sheet, that's 6 points straight away, right? Will he get assists? You saw him playing almost left mid for Arsenal, so he's definitely worth the money. The next person is Mitrovic. Wow, okay, so as a championship fan of Huddersfield Town in the championship, I saw him last season. He was an absolute beast, but I didn't know he's going to get off to this kind of start, because there's always been that uncertainty with Mitrovic. Like, he's an amazing championship scorer. He's scored the most ever goals in the championship ever. It's not really a good start, if I'm honest with you. It just shows that you're a championship level player. However, this time round in the Premier League, he's come in. He's wanting to prove people wrong. He took on Van Dijk, drew a foul out of Van Dijk and won a penalty. He just looks he bustled Jordan Henderson over. Absolute beast. 13 points, 2 goals, brilliant. 6.5 million. I think is definitely worth it. He's only owned by 11% of people. I say only, it's still quite high. However, when you look at the fixtures, you'll understand why people are reluctant to take a gamble on Mitrovic. But this is what I'm going to tell you. If Fulham do anything, if Fulham score, it's going to go through Mitrovic. For that reason and that reason alone, 6.5 million, definitely worth the price. The next person that I think everybody should have is the Kulusevski. What a beast. Unbelievable start. Now let's have a look at this. 13 points. What a game week. 8 million for a midfielder playing for Tottenham, who's playing alongside Son and Kane, and he's gonna get goals. 8.8% of people have taken a gamble on him, and the fixtures are not the best because the next game is Chelsea. So you're thinking maybe maybe I'll wait till that game week and then take a gamble on him. But I thought when Richarlison signed, I thought Kulusevski is going to play in a right wing back role. He's still playing in one of the front three, and he's absolutely unbelievable. I was listening to an interview with Antonio Conte, and Kulusevski has expressed that he wants to be one of the best players in the world in his position. That's the kind of guy that Kulusevski is, 22 years of age. He's just going to go to strength and strength. He's keeping Richarlison out the side, and yeah, it'll be brilliant. So those are 4 people that I think everybody should have in their teams. I really do think that all 4 of them are well worth the money. I'm also going to look now at 4 people who are people to keep an eye on. The first one is Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson, fantastic striker. He scored a goal. It was a fantastic goal, by the way. It's so underrated. Lovely little, delicate little chip into the corner. Fantastic. Yeah, and 7.5 million. Worth the money. He's really worth the money. He's only owned by 3.8% of people, so he is a bit of a differential. But the reason I say keep an eye on him is because Newcastle have got a few tough games coming up. So they've got Brighton. Brighton just beat Man United. We've also got Man City in game week 3, game week 5 they've got Liverpool, but he's definitely somebody to keep an eye on. Keep an eye on this man. After that game week 5, get him in the team, because I've been a list. In game week 6 it's Crystal Palace at home, then West Ham away, and then Bournemouth at home, and then Fulham away, and then Brentford at home. All these are games where you'd expect Wilson to do well. The next one to watch, Brendan Aronson for Leeds United, and now he only got 2 points in game week 1, but he's valued at 5.5, and only 1.2% of people own him, so he's a lovely differential. His next fixtures, there's a few tricky ones, because it is Leeds United, and Leeds United are always up and down. It's just Leeds United. I'm not saying that because I'm a Huddersfield Town fan. They'll tell you that themselves. But he looked amazing, to the point where they didn't even miss Rafinha. He was so lively. He was playing on the wing. He actually took the ball. He's almost like an inverted winger, cut inside, playing as a secondary cam. Fantastic player. It really was a joy to watch him at the weekend, and I think he's someone definitely. He's going to light up Ellen Road. Ellen Road's going to absolutely love him. Definitely someone to keep an eye on. Maybe after game week 3, after that Chelsea game. Next one to watch is Jack Grealish. Now, people might say he's not much of a one to watch. It's Jack Grealish, but and 4.3% of the people of the entire FPL community own him. It's 7 million, and he got 3 points in game week 1, which is nothing really. He didn't do anything. He just turned up and kept a clean sheet, which is none of his doing. But what was key with Jack Grealish is that he really stayed wide. He didn't cut inside, he stayed wide. Now, Jack Grealish, the one that we know, would cut inside and try and take people on and then find somebody with a little delicate pass. But he was staying out and putting crosses in. Now, he was unsuccessful this time round, but I'm telling you, that is to arm Haaland with the ammo that he needs. So he's going to get plenty of assists, Jack Grealish. He's definitely someone to watch. Now, I can show you the next 5 fixtures, but that could be any team, and Jack Grealish would be a threat. But when you look at the sides, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, all sides and all games where you'd expect Jack Grealish to do his magic. Next one is one of my favourites. I picked him from the start, Kane and Dewsbury Hall. He got a lovely 10 points. A fantastic strike from outside the area. 5 million is his price point. Only 1% of the entire community own him. And when you look at his fixtures, they're a bit tricky. But here's what I'm telling you. Here's something to keep an eye on. James Maddison is on the verge of leaving Leicester. If James Maddison leaves, Kane and Dewsbury Hall will step into the James Maddison position. That's the position that Kane and Dewsbury Hall played for Luton, and he was brilliant. He was fantastic. If he goes into that attacking midfielder position, he'll be able to spray. He's got the ability to spray balls to the wings, or even through balls through to Jamie Vardy, and he'll be a fantastic player. Now I've taken the punt on him. I had him from the start. I mean, Arsenal's a tough game, and Leicester, unfortunately, are not as strong as they used to be. But when you look at, they've got a tough fixture list, really. So Southampton. After Southampton, they've got Chelsea and Man United, and then it's Brighton, who are also looking strong. It's going to be that kind of season for Leicester. Even if James Maddison doesn't go, he's already proved to be a threat. He was, like, anytime anybody had a shot for Leicester, he was there to pick up a rebound. So yeah, definitely someone to keep an eye on. Let's look at some people that we should either sell or keep. Players that a lot of people have, and you're umming and ahhing whether you should sell them or keep them. Here, I'm hopefully going to answer some of those questions for you right now. Looking at the first one, Gabriel Jesus. Now, he got a very solid 2 points. 2 points. He was worth 8 million, and 73.7% of people of the entire community own him. Now, when you look at the fixtures, this is why I'm telling you to keep him, because not only was he amazing in pre-season and scored pretty much every game and just banged them in, and he also looked very lively in the first game against Crystal Palace. Like in the first half especially, he was getting the ball to feet, turning people, or playing it in. People were playing it in behind. He was trying to run onto it. He looked really lively, and I think he's a bargain. 8 million. He's gonna get goals. He's the main man. I mean, you don't even need to worry about Eddie Nketiah trying to get in. Jesus will be the main man. Eddie Nketiah will play backup. And when you look at these fixtures, they've got Leicester, Bournemouth, Fulham, Aston Villa, then Man United. Especially the next 4, you expect him to get some points. So in my opinion, keep him. Next person is Harry Kane. Now, Harry Kane got 2 points in a game where Tottenham won 4-1. Harry Kane got 2 points. He's worth 11.5 million. 22.9% of people own him. Now, this is a tough one, and I'm arguing with myself because I know what Harry Kane is capable of. I absolutely love the guy. He's brilliant. He's fantastic. But let's think about it from a fantasy football perspective at this moment, because in the game of the weekend where they won 4-1, Harry Kane was dropping deep. When he drops deep, he'll play a ball out wide. Once he plays the ball out wide to someone like a Kulusevski or a Son, those guys will play a ball back into the middle, and then the other person of the two will get into an attacking position, or the wing backs will get into an attacking position and get the goal. Harry Kane wasn't involved in 4 goals, and he's supposed to be a striker. And this is what I mean about the value for money. 11.5 million, you could get Erling Haaland, and if you already have Erling Haaland, you could get a Darwin Núñez, who looks an absolute beast as well. And when you look at the fixtures, they got Chelsea next, which is a tough game, and you know what, you kind of put your money on Harry Kane to do something, or if they get the only good thing about Harry Kane at the moment is that he takes penalties. But other than that, I can't see him doing much, and I don't think his value for money at 11.5 million. So if it was up to me and he's in your team, I'd get him sold. The next person to look at is another Tottenham player, and it's Ivan Perisic. Now, I took the gamble on Ivan Perisic because I saw some pre-season games and he was playing left wing back, and I thought it'd be great, fantastic, stick him in the team, he's gonna start. He didn't start, but he came on as a sub. He got a 1 point. 5.5 million is his price point. 23% of people also took the gamble on Perisic. And the next 5 games is the same as Harry Kane. Now, what I would say is for 5.5 million, again, we don't have time to for Ivan Perisic to find his feet in the Premier League. We need, for 5.5 million, we need someone to deliver from game week 1. Now, there's little chance of Perisic starting in game week 2 because the person who played in his position, Ryan Sessegnon, scored a goal and had a worldie of a game. So, yeah, if he's in your team, I would get him sold. The last person that quite a few people have is none other than Danny Ward. Danny Ward, Huddersfield Town legend, absolute legend. Playoff finals, I was there, Wembley, brilliant. With Danny Ward, he got 1 point. Leicester let in 2 goals. He got 1 point. He's at a 4 million price point, and 25.6% of people own him. Now, when we look at the Leicester's fixtures, they're not the best, and Leicester, like I said before, they're not in the best position at this moment in time to be competitive with all the big boys. But saying that, however, 4 million. You're not going to get another keeper at 4 million who's going to play regularly. Now, unless Leicester do some business and they sign another keeper in the next few weeks, this guy is going to be brilliant just to have, even as a backup. Just in case something goes wrong. He's going to play every game. Even if he gets a point, it's better than a keeper at 4 million getting you 0 points. So for me, that is definitely a keep. So that's all I have for you this week. I hope this has helped you with your teams. If you have any questions you'd like to ask us, or if you want us to feature any players, please drop a comment below and we'll try and feature it in the next video. But until next time, in a bizzle.